go on insulin, they have increased levels of insulin, now your leptin's not working, you're eating more, you try. So it's a bad roller coaster ride. Alzheimer's. Anyone have family in here? They have, yeah, is it fun to be around us? They're going to love them. They're sad, right? I mean, maybe they're not going to admit to it or not. They have oral hygiene issues. My mother-in-law, she's out. She doesn't know anybody's down there. She would come in. So, and then there are the sources here where you said PG Devalis and NCD, XMICs, Chromatins. Those are the two that are test questions in dental school that we all heard about. You see the work. Oh yeah, I remember that bacteria. It's killing us. It really is. And all we need to do is clean our teeth more often in the office. Reach out to the physicians that are seeing these stroke, cardiovascular people, and have them come and be evaluated like anybody that's a dentist. And we'll show you there's things that you can do to get that open. But if you look at some of these statistics on there, 63% increase risk of developing pancreatic cancer. There's a test now, there's an oral DNA test that you can swab and check to see if you have the pancreatic cancer enzymes. Done by a dentist. That could be that and save some people. Pancreatic cancer used to be like, see you later, alligator, So these are the things, this American Study of Microbiology. The saliva, pancreatic cancer patients. Don't you think we swallow or breathe in our bacteria that's in our mouth? We were joking the other day, you're on an elevator, that instruments that's coughing and sneezing, it just kind of creeps you out, right? We don't want to get sick on an airplane. But we may be sneezing in our own mouths. What I can use is the dries that Trajan talked about. It has a gel. It stays where you put it. It's easy to see when you rinse it. You'll see a couple situations. So we got to take off some old porcelain crowns. We're redoing the 9 and 10 area, and it's pretty bloody. And that's just the high speed, not being careful of the tissue, but the air water being driven in the gum tissue that's a little bit inflamed, and then just open those capillaries. And we don't have any way I can stick needles in that and make it worse. I can try to pack some cord in there, that will make it even more bloody. And then paint some other ferrous sulfate on there, have a blue rim around the gum tissue. Or I can use the cellulose gum. And then that's what it looks like when it's rinsed 5 minutes later. So we inject around. You don't inject into the sulcus, you just place around. Have them bite on gauze for 3 to 5 minutes, depending on your experience with it, and that's what you're returning with, and then that's what it looks like when it comes back from the laboratory. So we're not packing cord in that situation. We're just trying to fix 2 teeth and not have to redo the entire case. And I think we get the mark with our patients, suggest our request. So can we use gel with contraction cord? We can. So we have an endo situation with a fiber post, and you predict a core buildup. So common as that, certainly Parkel, that looks pretty bloody. Place it around the preparation, not injecting in sulcus, just around it, and light. And I think, 3 minutes in retrospect, that would have been 5 minutes, and that's just me being sitting there, not having anything else to do. And I want to get moving with this case. So,
I think you're asking the 9 and 10, and showed a bit of those, or
yeah, I took the crowns off and I had to clean up with cement. Yeah, right. It's just the air water flowing up in there makes it pretty bloody. And then, we get in a situation where now we put that certain crown on immediately. We have the ability to mill zirconia. And then we bring the patient back. So here's with cord. Clean it up, back the cord, place in the gel, it's a little like going on the syrup. Now, not subgingival or rapid press, it's visible, so anyhow. You see the different cords, impregnate, non-impregnated, seen it, we have used that a long time ago, I stay away from that. The dries, it's aluminum chloride, that's what you get here, and ferrous sulfate gels. Those tend to kind of darken the tissue. There's a clear gel for anterior, and ferrous sulfate, that's like a yellowish amber color for the posterior, so if it does interact with your cords or your anesthetics, if you're injecting epi, get that little blue rim, it'll go away, but do that at number 8 and 9 on the prom queen, don't be smiling. You are not getting a good review on Google. So, some of the principles of, I'm an AACD member. When I say it that way, you're an AACD member. Anybody here? AACD member? American Academy of Cosmetic Dentistry. I call it AACD OCD. Because if you don't have OCD issues in your life, you are not going to get invited back in the club. So when you have cases like this, there are guidelines to get a smile design, and you're working on a single tooth on a young lady, and it's, you know, again, we're not gender specific, but let's face it, ladies and gentlemen, the young ladies want their smiles to look good, and these are the options that we usually try to do for these cosmetic cases. And then that's what it looks like. So back in the day, when this was 18 years ago, this is what we were doing. And we got some good results because we managed the soft tissue, but look at the difference between the two. Was I aggressive on the one side or not? I thought I was curing, I don't know. I don't feel like I have hands of stone, but anyway, we got, you know, a decent end result, and all used on with retraction cord. So if you don't have a laser, you don't have a CO2 or a diode laser or an electrosurgical unit, these are some of the things that are easy to use and implement into your practice. So I guess what it is, like, again, not what I do or how I did it, it's why we do it, and her eyes will tell you why we do things. At that time, she was like 23 or 24 years old. Now, not subgingival or epicrest, it's visible. So, anyhow, you see the different cords, impregnate, non-impregnated. Seen it, we have used that a long time ago, I stay away from that. The dries, it's aluminum chloride, that's what you get here, and ferrous sulfate gels. Those tend to kind of darken the tissue. There's a clear gel for anterior, and ferrous sulfate, that's like a yellowish amber color for the posterior, so if it does interact with your cords or your anesthetics, if you're injecting epi, get that little blue rim, it'll go away, but do that at number 8 and 9 on the prom queen, don't be smiling. You are not getting a good review on Google. So, some of the principles of, I'm an AACD member. When I say it that way, you're an AACD member. Anybody here? AACD member? American Academy of Cosmetic Dentistry. I call it AACD OCD. Because if you don't have OCD issues in your life, you are not going to get invited back in the club. So when you have cases like this, there are guidelines to get a smile design, and you're working on a single tooth on a young lady, and it's, you know, again, we're not gender specific, but let's face it, ladies and gentlemen, the young ladies want their smiles to look good, and these are the options that we usually try to do for these cosmetic cases. And then that's what it looks like. So back in the day, when this was 18 years ago, this is what we were doing, and we got some good results because we managed the soft tissue, but look at the difference between the two. Was I aggressive on the one side or not? I thought I was curing, I don't know. I don't feel like I have hands of stone, but anyway, we got, you know, a decent end result, and all used on with retraction cord. So if you don't have a laser, you don't have a CO2 or a diode laser or an electrosurgical unit, these are some of the things that are easy to use and implement into practice. So I guess what it is, like, again, not what I do or how I did it, it's why we do it, and her eyes will tell you why we do things. At that time, she was like 23 or 24 years old.